Wait lang! Hindi ako...
Good day mga katoyo. Una sa lahat, thank you dun sa successful nating premiere ng ating pilot podcast. Kasama syempre ang ating Sanyata de Nueva Vizcaya 2023 Lea Lynn Liban Santos. And today, meron tayong bagong guest. Supposedly, ang usapan sa grupo ay 2 beses lang kami mag-podcast sa isang buwan. Kasi sa totoo lang, it takes so much time, takes so much effort para lang mag-conduct kami or mag-shoot kami ng isang podcast. No? But dahil bida-bida yung aming production team, gusto kong pahirapan ni na James. Behind the camera pala ulit, syempre, the one and only James Jimenez na mag-i-edit ng video na to. Of course, ang ating drone guy, si Kragi. And kasama din natin yung tatay namin, Tatay Juno. And supposedly, twice lang kami magpo-podcast in a month. But given yung napaka-mainit yung pagtanggap doon sa pinakaunang video nating nilabas, both on Facebook and on YouTube, nakakatuwa yung inyong suporta. Kaya sabi namin, sundan natin ulit. And tulad doon sinabi ko last time, yung guest natin ay very much swak na swak doon sa sineselebrate natin ngayong buwan ng Hunyo, which is Pride Month. Siyempre, shout out, Happy Pride Month sa ating mga kapatid sa LGBTQIA+ community. But before everything else, gusto ko muna magpasalamat siyempre sa ating mga sponsors. Of course, the one and only Gayem Community Sir Vito. Thank you, sir, for sponsoring this video and our other videos na ilalabas pa namin. As usual, hindi mawawala. Ang sponsor naman natin ngayon, Pizzeria Blend. Ma'am Rachel, thank you. So, yung Pizzeria Blend, located siya sa likod lang ng Clisok Field or nung bagong Nueva Vizcaya Sports Complex. So, they serve pizza, they serve coffee, and madami pa. They serve pasta. Thank you din, syempre, hindi mawawala. Badet, Sam's Kitchen, Racing Table, Mobile Bar, Juice Bar, Perfume Bar, at marami pang bar. So, pwede nyong hanapin yung ilalagay namin sa comment section na yung kanilang mga link dun sa kanilang mga business pages. And Marlene's Gluta Aesthetic Clinic, trusted since 2016 sa mga gusto magpag-gluta drip. Parang gusto ko din magpag-gluta drip eh. Kasi hindi lang daw yun good for your skin. It's also good for your health. And thank you din kay Blended PH. Nagpapadala kanina ng kape, nauna ko na inubos, and of course, sa takoyaki na dala. No? And now, let's bring in our guests. And siya po, nung nagsimula yung Sanyata de Nueva Vizcaya 2024, isa na siya dun sa aming hindi maikakailang favorite, no? Hindi siya nawala, never siya nawala dun sa top 5 namin. And we're pretty much honored to have on set Sanyata Tibagabag. Tinanong ko siya kanina anong nickname niya, and sabi niya Cha. And we have Charlotte, or we will call Cha for the rest of the podcast. Yan! Yes! Hello! Kagagaling kasi to na. Kagagaling niya sa isang, the previous days, sumalang din siya sa ibang content creators din, mga kasama din nating content creators, no? So, Charlotte, or Cha, maraming salamat sa pagtanggap sa imbitasyon na mag-host ka, mag-guest ka dito sa aming podcast, no? Like anyone else na sumasalang, kala mo naman, dami na, no? Siyempre si Lea pa lang yung sumasalang, and for the next podcast, marami pa kaming balak i-invite na mag-share ng kanilang story. And tulad ng sabi ko, The Novo Biz Podcast ay hindi para i-guess yung mga people who are trending online. It's not about people na, yung sabi nila, masyadong relevant. Kasi maalala ko last podcast, sabi kasi ni Lea, are you sure na you want to guess me? Eh, hindi naman ako ganun ka-relevant, sabi ko. It's the backstory. And all people na ini-invite namin, all individuals that we invite to this podcast, we want them to share a backstory that we find interesting, no? The team finds it interesting and feel namin maraming makaka-relate. It's relatable. But before we go to that, so make sure to stick until the end of the video to know why, of all the people na pwede namin i-guess, we invited Charlotte to be part of this podcast, no? But para din may background yung mga katoyo natin, gusto namin malaman sino ba si Charlotte before joining Sanyata de Bagabag 2023, no? 2023. And of course, later on, the previously concluded na Sanyata de Nueva Vizcaya 2024. So, who is Charlotte? Let's try to introduce you to sa ating mga katoyo, no?
Who I was before is ukay collector. If you can see my shirt, tignan ko lang Hinanap ko to Tagal ko hinaman na to.
Parang Ellie Garod to, no? Like Ellie Jan.
Every lunch, pag may free time ako, doon ako sa may ukay. Pag i-compute ko lahat ng ginastos sa ukay, mahihigit na siya mga lahat ang damit ko ukay. So, nung sumabak ako ng pageant at alaman ko yung cash prize, ginastos ko agad sa ukay na naman.
Inuna mo na, no? Alaman mo yung konso, inuna mo ng gastusin. Same as true with Leia, no? Sabi niya, Leia, fun. I was up for the money, sabi niya. Hindi ko kinakahiya to. So, your self-proclaimed na ukay fanatic, parang si ewan ko, kilala niyo si Ellie Jan, no? Ellie Jan Soto, isang sikat din na content creator sa Nueva Vizcaya. Nung sumalang na kayo sa Sanyata stage, even sa Bagabag, nung manalo ka ng nag-title ka sa Bagabag, sometimes they only know your face. They don't know the story behind. So, are you originally from Bagabag?
No. I'm actually from Hong Kong. I stayed there until I was 11 years old.
That explains bakit mas gamay mo magsalita sa Ingles kaysa sa Tagalog, no? So, hanggang 11 years old. So, by 11, yun yung umuwi ng Pinas or dumiretso dito or hindi pa?
Dumiretso na po dito.
But who are from Bagabag? Sino sa parents mo ang from Bagabag? Meron ba sa kanila? Or talagang pinili
mo? I think my mom.
Yung mama mo talaga ang taga Bagabag. Bakit? Bakit sa Hong Kong? I mean,
kasi doon po nag-abroad yung mama at papa ko. It's beneficial for us kasi from kindergarten, elementary, and I think high school, libre ang education. You only have to pay education by the time you reach college. So it's really beneficial for us.
Pero pinanganak ka naman dito sa Pilipinas?
Opo.
And you went there? Pero ilang taon ka nung pumunta kayo ng Hong Kong?
I think I was 3 years old.
3 years old. So batang-bata pa talaga. So you've stayed almost yung ilang taon ka na ulit ngayon? You're 19, no? So parang kalahati ng buhay mo up to now doon ka sa Hong Kong. So how was it na umuwi ka dito? Malaking adjustment?
Sobra.
Gusto ko yung reaction. Sobra.
Nung umuwi ako dito, wala akong alam sa Tagalog. As in, wala.
As in English. Kasi doon, when you speak to yung mga kasama mo doon, talagang English. Even sa household.
Sa household, yeah, English.
English din, no? Para hindi rin mahirapan siya.
Nakakatawa. Kasi yung parents kong gamay ang Tagalog. Pero nung bata ko, ang pasaway kong bata. Tapos pinapagalitan ako sa Tagalog. Pero
hindi mo naintindihan.
Nakangiti lang ako.
Pinapagalitan ka and hindi mo naman naintindihan yung kanila, no? Hindi mo naintindihan yung kanilang galit sa'yo. Siyempre, ganyan ka na lang talaga. So ang laking adjustment nung umuwi ka dito. So, when you came back from Hong Kong to the Philippines, siyempre for good na ba yun? Or your parents are still there? Kayo lang yun nandito? O...
Yung papa ko nasa Hong Kong, he's working still. Inuwi lang po kami dito for college.
So, from someone who grew up abroad in Hong Kong, syempre yung environment nun ibang-iba nung umuwi ka na ng Pinas. Marami ka naman kaibigan sa Pinas. Or, let's just be parang maging straight tayo. Are you the type of person din na medyo introvert kasi? Kasi sometimes, no judgment sa mga gamers, no? People who loves video games. Sometimes yung mga nagkukulong lang kasi sa bahay, mas gusto nila, mas preferred nila yon kesa yung lumabas makipag-interact. Are you that type of person medyo introvert kasi? Or talagang hindi ka lang mahilig maki-socialize. Pero you have friends naman siguro. You doubt them. Diba?
This is something ironic. Extroverted akong tao, pero for some reason, wala akong ganong friends. Kasi sa sobrang different na pinaglakihan ko, medyo hindi kami nagbabagay dito sa mga ibang tao dito. They think I'm weird, in a way.
Oo. Ako, dito ako lumaki, pero people thinks that I'm weird. Hindi naman yun bago. Sometimes kasi when we're different from yung nakasanayan nila, they tag us as weird, mga weirdo, gano'n. Kasi like me, I grew up who loves reading books, but mga kalaro ko, they love playing sports, basketball, and everything. Ako, mas gusto ko na lang nasa bahay, nagbabasa and everything. I love absorbing knowledge instead of doing physical things. Kaya din siguro growing up, parang hindi ako yung tipong sporty. So, yun nga, kung ako mismo na lumaki dito sa Pinas, they find me weird. What more sa'yo na talagang totally different yung environment. So, identifying yourself as a bisexual, baka pwedeng i-educate mo kami. What do you mean when you say that you are bisexual? Kasi sa totoo lang, ang dami pa rin hindi nakakaintindi nung mga yan, nung mga words na yan, nung concept na yan. Ang dami pa rin. They only, sa Filipino culture kasi, we only identify everyone as bakla. Diba? Masaya pag may bakla, sabi nga ni Eugene Domingo. No? But some people, they don't understand na the letters alone, LGBTQIA+. So, everyone is different from each other. So, can you educate us more about what is a bisexual and when you say that you identify yourself as a bisexual?
Okay, a bisexual person is someone who likes man and woman. It doesn't really matter if they're trans, as long as they identify as either man or woman, will be into it. It's not to be confused with pansexual. Pansexuals are actually into anyone, regardless of gender or sexuality or whatever. And there's always this misconception that bisexual people have a issue with commitment. That is not true. Please don't say that. we still have commitment. It's not our leeway or our excuse. No, we just like either man or woman.
Sure.
Not complicated in that.
Oh, you're attracted to either both, no? Pero may time ba na nagsasabay? Nagsasabay, you're attracted to a guy, you're also attracted to hindi naman.
Meron, artista.
Pag-artista. Oh,
yung crush kong lalaki, Adam Sandler. Babae, si Adriana Lima.
I-google nyo na lang, no? I-google Hollywood level kasi, no? Si Adam Sandler din kilala ko. And hindi naman bago yun, yung magka-crush sa lalaking artista. Si Erson nga, crush niya si Ian Lim. Dapat i-flash natin dito yung photo naman kung paano siya na-mesmerize kay si Ian Lim last time, no? Yun nga, when you join hindi kasi usual sa totoo lang. Hindi usual for someone who identifies herself as bisexual or him of joining pageant. Lalo sa local scene. Feel ko, ikaw nga yung first to come out. But after na the event na natapos, siguro dahil Pride Month, kaya mo din na-post yun. Although sabi mo nga, the people around you already knows about that. But paano siya, can you tell us how it affected yung pagsali mo sa Sanyata? Did it affect in a way? Nahirapan ka ba because of that? Ano siya naka-apekto dun sa journey mo? Later on, Sanyata Team Nueva Vizcaya. May effect ba siya? Wala lang. Kasi
nung Sanyata Tibagabag, it did not affect because I did not even know this would be an issue or a concern. Because as you know, in Philippine pageants, the industry is filled with gay people, of people of my community. So I would not think it would be an issue. However, in Sanyata Team Nueva Vizcaya, I had a bit of a concern because I would be staying with my co-candidates in a room, and I wonder that if they knew if I were bisexual, would they be uncomfortable with sharing a bed with me? So I tried to not let them know because what if sipain ko palabas? Joke lang. No.
Pero kung ganyan naman kaganda, di ba? Just ko sa bagay, next time, tanungin natin yung mga co-candidates. In a way ba, hindi ba kayo na-attract kay Miss Bagabag, no? Yung tanong ko kanina, tatanong ko ulit. Will you still are you planning to join the same types of pageant then in the future?
Yes, I would. Pero as long as di ka rin sa sarili kong bulsa.
hindi kasi alam ng karamihan, no? Magastos po sumali sa pageant. Magastos sa energy kasi nakaka-drain yan dun sa energy ng tao. But at the same time, magastos din po yan financially. Kala nga nung iba kasi siguro may mga sponsors like that. Well, some, they have sponsors. Nakahanap ka ng sponsor, maganda. But some talaga, dahil gusto nila i-push, di ba, from their own pockets talaga.
Pero hindi rin madali makuha ng sponsors because sponsorship is not only asking for money. It's still a marketing scheme at the end of the day. In order to get sponsors, you have to prove that they can get something out of you. You have to prove that them investing in you is also investing in their business. So you should not only be pertaining to your audiences but to also to theirs. Kailangan mo magpakita ng ebidensya na may profit pa rin through your promotions.
Kasi business pa rin naman yan. You need, dapat may return yung investment mo. So, sa dulo, actually intriguing yung part na for the first time, ewan ko it's the first time, but for me, it's the first time for me to encounter someone who joined a pageant, more so sa provincial level, who is proud, who is open, na she is part of the community, na hindi nahihiya, at who is someone na willing to champion yung community. First time ko maka-encounter. Someone who had been with friends na who belongs to the community, who champion din the rights of that community. Ayan, sina Nika. Nika kasi is a friend of ours. Talaga siya trans din. Kami yung nagagalit kapag nagsusumbong yan, yung hindi siya paggamitin ng CR ng, babaeng-babae na yung dating postura Although kahit ayaw naman nila na, wala naman tayong mga restroom kasi na nag-fit dun sa kanilang, syempre, outfit nila, diba? Outfit na pambabae talaga. Diyosang-diyosa yung dating niya, tapos pag CR mo sa CR ng lalaki. Which is parang very wrong din. Kaya hindi naman siya papasok, di ba? Alam naman natin yung style nila. Alam nila, mas marunong pa silang rumispeto actually. Kasi they don't get inside restrooms na alam nilang merong gumagamit na iba. Usually, they lack it, diba? Sa parang walang ibang gumagamit. Yun lang kasi, parang ang awkward naman. Diyosang-diyosan dating mo, tapos iihi ka dun sa CR ng lalaki. So, first time ko maka-encounter ng beauty queen. Although meron na, no? May mga ibang ganun din.
Si MMD ata.
Who openly admitted that they are part of the community. And sa dulo, hindi yun walang mali doon. Kung tayo ang tatanungin. Pero syempre sa ibang tao, may mali doon. May mga tao naman ang hinahanap lang laging away. Sa dulo na lang, what is your message for the young people, especially for those young people in Nueva Vizcaya who are also medyo takot pa to come out and admit na ito, they are also part of that community, of your community. Ano naman yung message mo sa kanila? Yung mga takot pa ilabas yung tunay nilang nararamdaman, yung kanilang aminado sila sa sarili nila but they are afraid because of ito yung kultura natin yung culture natin dito sa Pilipinas. What is your message for them? Para dun sa mga younger, I know by now na kapag by watching yung isang video na ginawa mo, some are already looking up to you as their role model. Kasi someone as beautiful as you, diba, can confidently say, and you don't necessarily think of what other people might think of you. Wala ka nang pakialam mo ano iniisip nila. Importante, ako to. I'm just being me. So what is your message for the young people watching us right now na gusto na rin mag-come out? Kasi yun yung komportable sila na message.
Okay, my message is, I know it's scary to come out. I'm not gonna pressure you to come out. There's no need to rush these things. Just take your time and try maybe finding a small community, your friends, family, that you can trust really deeply. Tell about these feelings, your sexuality. And just know that when you come out, like I said before, there is so much more love than the hate you will receive. And you'll always be protected. We'll help you guys out. You're always safe in this rainbow community.
Makulay.
Sabi nga, kailangan natin ng bakla, masaya pag may bakla. Yung iba kasi hindi lang nila matanggap. Pero may mga kaibigan naman sila at mga kaibigan silang members ng community.
So, that's it. I hope we can discuss more on the upcoming, we can do another episode in the future. Maybe discuss naman some other, she's actually din a gamer.
Yeah,
a gaming enthusiast. You can, ilagay mo na lang yung link nung kanyang, sa TikTok siya, more sa TikTok.
Tara, Valorant.
Oo. So, kunin mo yung kunin mo yung socials niya, then post it din dun sa may video for other people to follow din. So, that's it guys. Thank you. We tried to make it shorter this time kasi last time masyadong mahaba. Hindi din namin plan actually to go on YouTube. However, halos 1 hour. Halos 1 hour kasi yung interview last time, and ang gusto kasi talaga namin platform is Facebook kasi mas accessible siya. We're not after kasi monetization and whatever. Gusto lang namin mag-share ng stories. So, we're trying to make it as short as possible. But in the future, pag gusto namin ng another episode, invite ka namin ulit.
Sige.
And I know now, fan ka naman, willing ka naman to mga other topics din na medyo related dun sa yung life story. But for now, we're very much thankful for you. Cha, tama?
Hindi mo lang ako tinawag Cha.
Oo, kaya nga, Charlotte kanina. Here's something from the team. This is our gift for you. This is made by Shanley. Miss Shanley Antonio. Ay, Antonio, tama? Miss Shanley Antonio. Shanley May Antonio. And she's a local artist. Kasi it's our way of promoting din yung mga local artists. Kasi ang gagaling ng mga local artists natin sa Nueva Vizcaya.
I like my local artist name. Sa school namin, we have this girl, Candy Frois. Siya yung pinagawa ko ng stickers ko for the
yung mga
Bagabag
stickers last
booth.
time. Oo.
Yeah.
Na hindi tayo nakahingi. Hindi ka kasi pumunta doon eh. Kasi you invited us, di ba? Sobrang busy namin, hindi na kami nakapunta. So, pumunta kami, wala na.
1 hour lang kasi with
And ang gagaling, di ba? iba ng mga local artists natin. This was made by Miss Shanley. The same artist na gumawa nung para kay Leia and the same artist na lagi namin kukunin. But siguro some other time tatry din namin mag-reach out sa ibang artist. But for now, yan ang aming gift sa'yo. Para hindi mo naman kami makalimutan pag nakikita mo.
Diba there's another artist, si Sir Francis Gum.
Yes.
He has a cafe tomorrow.
Yes.
Please wear your best outfit, 9 a.m. bukas.
Pupunta ka.
If kaya, may event din ako yun.
Ayun. The problem is we're showing this on Sunday. By the time that you are going to watch this, open na po yung I was there actually yesterday and dami namin napagkwentuhan ni Sir Francis. Including shoutout pala kay Ma'am Carla tsaka kay Sir Jerome of Carabay. Timing nagtagpo-tagpo kami doon and dami namin napag-usapan din. Soon sa ibang topics Sir Francis Gum is Francis Gum ang kilala natin siya as Francis Gum but he is Francis Gumayagay. He is also proud tayo na he is a local creative but nagsa-shine talaga siya abroad. US-based talaga siya na artist. And mag-open yung Good Morning. Hindi ko pa natanong siya kung bakit Good Morning pero ang idea ko siguro yung Gumayagay kasi yung and maganda yung shop niya. Pumunta na ako kahapon.
May pusa ba daw?
Maraming pusa. Walang pusa na pero maraming pusa yung gumagano yung Chinese naman. I was there kahapon and ang nasabi ko lang, this is so a reflection. The shop is a reflection of the province. Why? It's so naturally vibrant. Ang cute lang nung kulay, napaka-refreshing nung kulay nung cafe. And pag nalaman nyo yung backstory at yung concept behind, matutuwa kayo kasi sobrang ang habol. Ito yung mga klase ng entrepreneurs na hindi habol masyado ang profit. They are after building a community. Kasi instead na mag-focus lang siya sa pagbebenta ng coffee and tea, may portion doon sa kanyang shop that para sa mga local entrepreneurs natin, mga MSMEs. So may portion sila doon that you can buy the products ng mga yung mga local entrepreneurs natin sa Nueva Vizcaya. Ang cute lang ng concept. I hope everyone, you're watching this on a Sunday, so open na siya by this day. Pero sa June 12, meron silang pop-up market doon din. And may mga local MSMEs na present doon. Parang trade fair na maliit. Nakakatuwa kasi hindi ganun kalaki yung space, but still, yun yung idea niya. Nakakatuwa yung concept po ni Sir Francis. Salute kay Sir Francis. And hopefully, baka makapunta ka doon, makita-kita tayo doon. Baka makita-kita tayo doon. Kami kasi ang plano namin sa 12 na. Sa 12 kami pupunta sa Independence Day. So yan, thank you Cha, and thank you syempre ulitin ko yung aming mga sponsors. Thank you to the one and only, medyo big time tayo, may sponsor na tayo. Thank you to the one and only Gayem to Umili, Governor Attorney Jose Jing Gambito, who is very supportive of the local content creators community. Thank you Papa Jing. Thank you din syempre Pizzeria Blend. Mamaya kakain kami nung padala ni Ma'am Rachel. Thank you to Blended PH para dun sa kape kanina, sarap. Tapos itong takoyaki lalantakan namin mamaya. Thank you din of course to Nurse Twinnie, Marlene's Glut Aesthetic Clinic. Located lang siya sa harap ng Mrs. Baker's, second floor ng building na yun. Then Sam's Kitchen of course si Badet. Dami ng utang ni Badet sa akin. Pero thank you so much. And so you're watching this on Sunday. Tomorrow, please watch yung pilot naman namin. This is our second episode for the podcast, but we have the pilot episode for Project Citrus, Conversations with Novobiz. And now, for those na gustong malaman anong difference, sabi, may difference ba yung dalawa? Parang podcast lang din naman yung gagawin yun. This podcast kasi, the Squad Podcast is more personal, more on an in-depth view of the person na gine-guest. Project Citrus is more a promotion of the province. We get to feature people, we get to feature pwedeng tourist sites, we get to feature establishments whom we think are very much qualified to promote of course the province. And bukas mapapanood nyo, hindi mo natin papangalanan pero basta itago na lang natin siya sa bansag na The Viral Queen. So siya na yon. So watch our episode tomorrow, Monday, 8 p.m. Same time din ng paglabas ng video na to. So yun, thank you Cha, and hope that we can still invite you to be on board on some other topics next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.